Marson's Domain.
Hey everyone, Marson here, and today I wanted to talk about Smash Brothers, because I know I made my video on 5 characters that I think will make it to Smash Switch, but when I made that video, I was assuming that we were just going to get a port of Smash 4 for the Wii U, and it would just have more characters. I'm now starting to think that maybe we aren't getting a port. Maybe we really are getting the next Smash installment. And this is something that I heard people going back and forth on for a long time. When the NX was announced, before it was even called the Switch, people were like, are we going to get the next Smash game, or are we just going to get a port? Because one thing is for sure, they're not going to let Smash Brothers die on the Wii U. There's just seriously no way. Especially with Nintendo just sponsoring Genesis 4, and they have ARMS there to play. There is no way that Nintendo is just going to leave Melee with GameCube and Smash for Wii U. There's no way. They're definitely going to make the next installment, whether it be a port or not, for the Switch, because they're already promoting the Switch at Smash 4 events. They're doing it right now. So I think there's a chance we're going to actually get the next Smash game. Because the reason why I think this is when they showed off the first initial Switch trailer, and it showed Mario Kart and it showed Splatoon, I had assumed they were both just ports. I mean, that was the rumor that was going around. They showed those 2 clips. It was like, okay, there's new stuff, but it didn't look like enough new stuff to where it was the next installment. Well, we found out in the presentation that is actually Splatoon 2. And Mario Kart 8 is a port. It's the definitive version. It's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But all it has is some new characters and battle mode, which might be fine for some people, but for the price they're asking for, I don't really think it's worth it personally. Again, I hope that game gets more stuff added later, but I have talked about that enough. But back to the main topic. Seeing the fact that Splatoon, it only took 2 years for them to make a sequel, because that was what people were saying, like, oh, well, it's kind of too soon. It would only be 2 years. Splatoon 2 is coming. It was only 2 years between Splatoon 1 and 2, 2 years. Smash Bros. 64 and Melee was only 2 years. And, the other Smash games had really long gaps, but something tells me that there was a reason why they haven't shown Smash yet. I think it's because we're actually getting the next game. I know that nothing I've said is like hardcore proof. I mean, realistically, we don't know what they're doing. Maybe we aren't getting a port or a new game. I just think that's very unlikely. Because again, like I said, no way are they going to let Smash Bros. Die on the Wii U. And when I say die on the Wii U, I'm not saying, like, the community's still there. I mean, look, Melee's community is still there. It's getting even bigger as time goes on. So I'm not saying that Smash 4 itself is dead. But the Wii U is a dead console. I mean, we've known this. They even just announced officially that Zelda is the last first-party game coming to Wii U. So clearly the console is dead. And so when I say they're not going to let Smash Brothers die on the Wii U, I'm just saying they're not going to allow a game that's going to give them revenue to stay on a console that no longer gives them revenue. The Wii U has stopped production. They're not making first-party games for it anymore. They're looking to the future, which is the Switch, a console that I think is actually going to do very well. And that's where Smash Bros. Needs to be on that console. They're not going to want to keep sponsoring events for 2 consoles that they don't make anymore. They don't make GameCube, and they no longer make Wii U. Why would Nintendo want to keep sponsoring these events? Yeah, they can show off games like ARMS, and they can have ads play that are for their new console and their new games, but I don't think that's all they want. I think they also want to have a new Smash game that they can also show off and have people play. They play that. I mean, imagine that. They have to buy the Switch to play the new Smash game, and then at those events, they have like ARMS and stuff like that to play. Because right now at Genesis 4, you can play the game ARMS. You can play it. They have booths there. So I'm thinking that they didn't talk about Smash at the presentation because they're making the next game. And then if you look at how the presentation went, they showed off Splatoon 2. They did not talk about Mario Kart 8. They showed Mario Kart 8 after the presentation. They released a trailer for it. And I think they did that because they didn't want to disappoint people, because that game doesn't really have that much to it. It has the original game with all the DLC tracks and battle mode. And again, the new characters and some new vehicles. That's it. And they're charging $50 or $60 for it. So I think that they purposely didn't show that at the presentation. But with Smash Brothers being as big of a game as it is, I think they would have just thrown a trailer just like they did with Mario Kart 8 had it been just a port with some new characters. I think we're getting the next game. I think they're going to show it at this year's E3. When it would come out, I have no idea. But I can assure you that Smash is not over. There is no way. That franchise is way too big for them to just stop it. You know, I know Sakurai says, oh, well, I don't know if I want to work in these games anymore. It doesn't matter. Nintendo is going to make sure that another Smash game comes out, whether Sakurai works in it or not. And Sakurai being the person that he is, Smash Brothers is his baby. So he may say he doesn't want to work in another game, but he knows that Nintendo is going to make one with him or not. And he's going to want to supervise it. He's going to want to be a part of it. It's his baby. So he'll work on it. I can guarantee you that. And I think it's happening. I think we're actually going to get a new Smash game. So before I keep rambling on about this, I think it's going to happen. I think this E3, we're going to see the new Smash game. And if I'm wrong about the new Smash game, they're going to talk about Smash in some way at E3. Whether it's just a port of the Wii U game to the Switch, which I no longer think is the case anymore, or it's about the new game, which is what I think is going to happen. Also, I would like to say that if we do get a new IP character, like I had said in my prediction video, I think it is going to be a character from ARMS. I don't know, I'm really feeling that. And I'll be honest, I kind of hope it is someone from ARMS, but that's all I have to say about this topic. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think we're actually going to get a new Smash game, or do you think we're just going to get a port from the Wii U version to the Switch? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, everyone.